Hello, rapping, or speaking to a beat, has long been part of black American culture. But in the 1970s, a new kind of rap emerged from the Bronx area of New York. Inspired by the DJs of the tenement blocks, black teenagers created hip-hop, a celebratory subculture with its own language, its own music, dance, fashion, and graffiti. In the 1980s, the celebration became a powerful voice of protest as rappers highlighted the crisis of the American inner city. Tales of poverty, drugs, crime, and violence became a staple part of this new language, and rap music took on a militancy not seen since the days of Malcolm X. The history of black America was being retold to a different beat. It's now a multi-million-dollar business. It's as popular in Japan as it is in Europe and America. Its critics claim that it promotes violence, misogyny, and gangster role models, but the records keep on selling. In her South Bank Show film, Susan Shaw asks Melle Mel, one of the original Bronx rappers, along with other leading rappers, DJs, and commentators, to tell us the way rap is now.
There's no such thing as freedom in this country for a black man. There's no such thing as justice in this country for a black man. And there's no such thing as equality in this country for a black man. This is our white man's country.
Rap music makes up for its lack of melody with its sense of reminder. It's linked somewhere into a past or into a legacy that has been overlooked, forgotten, or just pushed to the side amongst all the glut of everything else. Remember that. Rap is the essence of who we are. It is on the ramparts of civilization, a flag that is uncompromisingly black, put there by black people.
The essence of hip-hop. Poetry to the beat of music. We have no constrictions. We could sing off key. We could sample Tchaikovsky. We can talk about shoelaces if we want to. We can talk about a bullet too.
Rap comes in many different type of categories. When Moses talked to God, God was rapping to Moses about what he should do.
Rap is skills. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody want to flex their skills. Everybody want to say that rhyme to have all the other rappers say, damn, I would have never thought of that.
Here's a little story that must be told.
About two cool brothers that were put on hold.
Tried to hold us back from fortune and fame. They destroyed the crew and they killed our name. They tried to step on the ego and walk on the pride. But true blue brothers stand side by side. Through thick and thin, from beginning to end. This battle we lost, but the war will win. Cause double trouble is in the house.
Some kick and rock
and rock the we'll turn it out.
The hip, hopper, you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, rubber to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Rap is the music of the past and present. It tells new stories over old beats. Rhythm sampled, borrowed, or copied from black American musical history. Since its beginning some 20 years ago here in the Bronx and Harlem as a teenage party movement, it has articulated a raw new black aesthetic which has influenced popular culture all over the world.
Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out.
Depending on who you talk to, it goes all the way back to Africa, or you can find antecedents in Southern culture. I mean, there's all kinds of variations on the idea of someone talking over a beat.
Come on, Tim.
We've been rapping, quote unquote, for a long time. James Brown had a song, Brother Rap. Jesse Jackson raps. Farrakhan raps. Preachers rap in the pulpit with call and response. It's a part of our African oral tradition. Rap is John Coltrane. Even though there are no words, he's rapping with his horn.
Hip-hop is about new and fresh and boom! Oh, wow, what is this? And it's this, and it's in our world, and it's another facet of our world.
Yesterday, New York City, it's the man with the beats. It's the youngest in charge, New York City's #1.
The block party movement was spearheaded by DJs like Grandmaster Flash and Africa Bambaataa. Their parties attracted huge crowds of black and Hispanic teenagers who called themselves B-boys or break boys. This party movement escalated into an intensely creative subculture called hip-hop, which took its roots from the street gangs of the 1970s.
Hip-hop it's the culture of whatever black people create. It's our creativity. This is the term that happened to be for our creativity from 1976 up to now. So I like to get that straight. Hip-hop can be emotion, like, you know, it doesn't have to just be like rap music. Rap music falls under that umbrella.
Party people, can yo get funky? Suicide folks, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky?
Africa Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash are the men who created hip-hop.
In the gangs, you had a lot of negative things that was going on. You had black on black crime, black on Latino crime, Latino on Latino crime, black on white crime, white on black crime. And we took the energies of the negative and tried to change it around and bring positive into the organization by giving you hip-hop, by getting brothers and sisters to start rapping, to start breakdancing, to start believing in themselves, to start having knowledge of self and knowledge of others. Soul Sonic Force signifies a part of your soul that's searching, that's want to reach to different peaks, and you use sonic sounds to get you there. And when it gets you there, it's a big force that holds it all together. So it's the Soul Sonic Force.
He took the idea of African warriors and adopted it to his collective of people and built a whole mythology. They have actual rules and bylaws, and it's evolved over the course of over 25 years or so, I would say. This African Zulu Nation concept. So he took the idea of what rap could be as a collective of drawing people together, and hip-hop and drawing people together, and conceived almost a religion around it.
Breakdance was important because it was another expression of showing your energy to the music that was making you feel good, that gave you life, that gave you a spiritual funk, that makes you just get so into the music that you felt God was in you and you just had to let your God out of you.
Generally, what sets a DJ
apart from another DJ was three things: extensive collection, great sound system, skills on a turntable.
DJ is the root of hip-hop. The DJ is the guy who found the beats. The DJ is the guy who the parties were built around.
Well, they brought the scratching technique. They brought the fast mixing, catching the beat on time. The DJs also brought incredible records, obscure records that you could never find in many of the major stores, by finding in many of the underground type of record shops that they have.
Flash is very innovative. The idea of scratching. He apparently is the one who, along with some other people, really invented it and popularized the idea of zigga, 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 playing the records backwards and so on.
Well, a break is the climatic part of the record. I made it a point to figure out how can I make this thing a smooth transition. Just keep this break that's maybe 30 seconds and make it go for like 5 minutes.
Well, a break is that certain part of a record, but it's that certain part where it breaks down to an instrumental that people just get wild on the dance floor and just start acting crazy, and you just keep mixing that forward and back, backward and forward, and the crowd just go crazy. You can make that little 1 second or 5 seconds become a minute or a half an hour if you want. You know, that certain beat that just gets you wild.
There you have it.
Throughout the years, a b-boy became a bad boy on another level, because the term b-boy began to go to everybody in the hip-hop community that felt as though that in order to maintain strength in the community, we had to show ourselves as hardcore. And a lot of us, the half that was trying to survive, got caught up in the bad boy life.
But ultimately, it became a very easy way to say young black urban male, basically. In the same way that hip-hop became an all-purpose phrase for this culture. It just seemed easy to say, it was catchy, it just kind of happened. And b-boy was definitely one of those.
I gotta be righteous, I gotta be me, I gotta be conscious, I gotta be free, I gotta be able to counterattack, I gotta be stable, I gotta be black, I gotta be...
The B-boys held up a mirror to the black inner city when times were tough and getting tougher. What started as a party movement became a protest movement, and the rhymes follow suit. From throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, to don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep them going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep them going under. My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watching too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bunk education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Me on King Kong, standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine cancer.
As far as the message is concerned, all records prior to that were more frivolous, happy-go-lucky, party, let's get down. This particular record had to be created by somebody who lived and understood urban America.
It really was the first time, in a very coherent, musically accessible way, that you had a rap record that dealt with the society around us in America. And certainly every record that came after that dealt was influenced or was response to the message.
If you reflect on American culture and civilization today, you will note that no longer does the adage that ample education and hard work yield the benefits of the good life. In fact, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five would put it this way: I think it would be cheaper just to be a street sweeper. Don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, 'cause a man with the torch repossessed my car.
That record put us on a whole nother plane. We were the first rap group to be in a major magazine, Life, Time. We were on the cover of Rolling Stone. This put us in a venue that we couldn't believe. Scary, real scary. You know, 6 black guys from the ghetto. Now we're like worldwide heroes now. Kind of scary.
It's called the Bronx.
No more make-believe. We killed that era now. Now it's real. I'm rhyming about the Bronx. It's a place that you could point to on your map. The street I'm rhyming about, it really exists. There are real battles. We are for real.
Now way back in the days when hip-hop began, with Coca, La Rock, Kool Herc, and then bam, Beach Boys ran to the latest jam. But when it got shot up, they went home and said, damn, it's got to be a better way to hear our music every day. People's getting blown away, but coming outside anyway. They tried again outside and see the park. Power from a street light made the place dark. But yo, they didn't care. They turned it out. I know a few understand what I'm talking about. Remember Bronx River, Rolling Six, with Cool DJ Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out on the mix. When Africa Islam was rocking the jams, and on the other side of town was a kid named Flash.
The Bronx was a very new time when I was in it. It was, crack was just being introduced. Just. It was a big thing, and I wrote about it. It was a song called Listen to My 9mm Go Bang on Criminal Minds.
KRS-One, a homeless graffiti artist, came to the Bronx in the early 1980s. In 1987, with his partner Scott La Rock, he released Criminal Minded, a hip-hop record with a harder edge than anything that had gone before. Shortly afterwards, Scott La Rock was shot dead in the Bronx.
By the name of Peter, had to buck him down with my 9mm. He said I had his gun, I said, now what are you, stupid? But he tried to play me out, and KRS-One knew it. He reached for his pistol, but it was just a waste, 'cause my 9mm was up against the stage. He froze his pistol anyway, and I filled him full of lead. But just before he fell to the ground, this is what I said. Why da da dang, why da 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 dang. Hey, listen to my 9mm go bang. Why da da dang, why da 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 dang. Hey, this is KRS-One.
And I think in the Bronx, when that kind of drug was introduced, it became a survival thing. You either, you're either smoking crack or you're not. And it was like, you know, everybody was on this survival thing, which created those kinds of songs, which created that kind of art. And, you know, that's really what it was with the Bronx. It was, the Bronx has a lot of energy, huge energy. And if you're on the streets of the Bronx, you have nothing but to get that energy.
KRS-One is just the guy to lead a crew. Right up to your face and diss you. A lot of suckers would like to forget me, but they can't. Because like a champ, I have got a record of knocking out the frauds in a second. On the mic, I believe that you should get loose. I haven't come to tell you I got juice. I just produce, create, innovate on a higher level. I'll be back.
But for now, just battle.
I think KRS-One, by all means necessary, was, you know, a very significant record in a lot of ways. It's one of the first times that Malcolm X imagery became a very big symbol in the Black America. It gives direct correlation because the image of him with the automatic weapon that's on the cover of that KRS-One album is a mock-up or an approximation of a famous photograph that was in the New York Times of Malcolm X after his house had been bombed in Queens. And the Uzi was the gun to have. It was the first designer gun, if you will. And, you know, 7, 8 years later, whatever many years later it is now, you know, the gun as a fashion accessory is a big part of rap culture, a big part of American street culture.
Well, what happened is that America looked back for someone from the 30s or 40s. They were actually looking for someone like John Wayne, but John Wayne was no longer available, and so they had to settle for Ronald the Ray Gun. And it has given us all the feeling that we are somehow being cast as supporting or non-supporting characters in a B-movie, a B.R.
Gil Scott-Heron, a radical jazz poet of the 1970s, was the guiding spirit of the political hip-hop which emerged in the late 80s with rappers like KRS-One and Public Enemy.
B-movie. The producer, underwritten by all the millionaires necessary, will be Casper, the defensive Weinberger. No more animated a choice available.
He also inspired the revival of a more traditional jazz poetry scene led by New York artists like Dana Bryant.
Inmates taking over at the asylum.
At the time that Gil Scott-Heron came around, he was, it was a revolutionary kind of concept that a person could speak about really volatile political issues in the context of what had traditionally been thought of as romantic form of poet or the troubadour. He said some really heavy things using a very sort of soft, subtle undercurrent medium.
Symbols of democracy are pinned against the coast. Shout-outs of bureaucracy surrounded by a moat. Citizens of poverty are barely out of sight. The overlords escape their evening, the brothers on the night. Morning come and bring the tourists straining rubbernecks. Perhaps a glimpse of the cowboy making the world a new perspective.
There was a tradition of oral passing on of knowledge. There was another language of drums which had the same impact as the spoken word did to a people. And I think that with rap, I think that's what gives it the weight and power that it has. Because on first listening, unless you're really, I suppose, of the people, you may not necessarily understand what's being said, but there's some heavy shit going down.
Another summer. Sound of the funky drummer. Music in your heart, cause I know you got a soul. Hey, listen if you're missing, y'all. Swinging while I'm singing. Giving what you're getting. Knowing what I'm knowing. While the black band's sweating. In the rhythm I'm rolling. Got to give us what we want.
And what I was showing is that the gun symbolized our capture from Africa, with the European using it and taking us from our motherland and putting us wherever he wanted to put us.
Cause I'm black and I'm proud, I'm ready to hype cause I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear no stamp. Therefore look at you looking for nothing but rednecks for 400 years if you check. Don't worry,
we have to be able to enforce our own laws in our community. You see, the black community is a plantation still because we don't have control over the 3 E's: economics, education, and empowerment. You know, enforcement, I should say. So without that, you know, you're just being told what to do by somebody else from the outside. And that's what hurts the most.
hold it now. Come on, come on. All right, y'all. I testified, my mama cried, black people died when the other man lied. See the TV, listen to me, double trouble. I overhaul and I'm coming from the lower level. I'm taking tabs, showing up, stuff the grass like shirts and it hurts. With a neck direct to the pole, cause our soul took control from the education of a TV station. But look around, here goes the sound of a record ball, boom and pound when I shut them down. I
rap is a conquest of media. It's media hijacking. I call it media piracy, which means that it's immense use of words. You're able to get a big text across to people, you know, especially since video. You can get visual images across with that text. Some of them could be related, maybe not related, and it could serve as some sort of information network of sorts that goes along with entertainment and fuel the mind as well as the body and the soul. I was born in 1960. I remember things like, you know, Dr. King getting shot and being sent home from school early. Robert F. Kennedy, remembering Malcolm X getting shot, Medgar Evers, you know, so these things as a child, I remember. You have to pay the price for being too black and too strong, but you shouldn't have to waver. You should just be that particular way.
They've seen things go backwards. They've seen the government become less interested in civil rights and in black advancement. They've seen the businesses in the black community disappear. They've seen an influx of drugs. When I was coming up, heroin was just coming in, but they've seen heroin and angel dust and crack cocaine. They've seen an increasing number of guns in the community to a level that was unprecedented. It is unprecedented in American history. So they've seen the educational system, after all the great works of integrating the school system, fall apart in most of the big cities. So I think I'm of a more optimistic generation precisely because we saw change happen. You have a generation that has seen no change, or has seen negative change.
What we say can also be viewed as noise, irritating. Oh, no, stop it, turn it off. And we're going to bring it regardless. So we're going to be too black and too strong and just deal with whatever comes down the line.
Yo, I'm tearing you to pieces like some good-ass poultry. Not in the forum of a group so nasty cause I'm solo C. Contemplating, activating just like a relaxer. I'm soft and beautiful and too rugged for my clans, huh? And it's just homicide, kicking it mad live with my brothers on the side. And you know I'm with the vibe, so I must move on, parlay for a little while. Yes, you know it's homicide, the study child. Peace. So, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just doing it sound like that. Yo, what I gotta do?
In LA, a new rap style was emerging. Gangster rap brought together the imagery of blaxploitation movies with the gang cultures of the West Coast. Ultra-violent, pimp, hustler, player, criminal, and in your face.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube. From the super dope gang with an attitude. When I'm caught off, I got a sword off. Kick knowledge and bodies all hauled off. Yo, Dre, what's the sound of my tool? Now you know that I'm about to act a fool. So when I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck down. Cause Ice Cube, a damn so fuck him down. As I leave, believe I'm something. But when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
I don't know which writer is the one who called it gangster rap. You know, I still call it reality rap, you know, because, you know, our stuff is much more than just talking about gangster things. Our stuff is talking about the social climate. So, to me, it means a network of information.
Well, I mean, you had gangster records or criminal-minded records, to use that phrase, from KRS-One and some from New York beforehand. But when NWA came out with Straight Outta Compton, they just, you know, blew the doors open.
Easy as his name and the boys coming.
Straight Outta Compton, it's a brother that'll smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. Dangerous, young brother racing hell.
People think, oh, Compton, yeah, if you're from Compton, you're this bad, tough guy.
I don't think it's a true picture. I think, again, it's something that they've taken and exploited, you know, to sell music and make money. And, of course, and I'm not saying that there isn't violence, that there isn't gang activity. We do have that, but not at the levels that, of course, that the gangster rappers project this community to have. Again, some of these individuals may or may not even be gang members.
Super dope brotherhood mother, word to the mother, yeah, straight out.
NWA didn't give Compton the reputation. Compton gave Compton the reputation. The rap music is safe compared to day-to-day living, just being, it's so frustrating because it's so unpredictable. And it's nothing, it's not like we're bad people, but it's just poverty brings on these type of actions and brings out these type of individuals. It brings out the worst in you. Because, you know, if you got a pack of hungry lions, you throw one steak, and they're gonna fight over that one steak, and that's all we got out here. If that, you know, one half a steak, if that. So you got people fighting over crumbs, you know, because we hungry and we frustrated. Poverty is all through our neighborhoods, and we got opposition.
And I was born and raised here, and, you know, I resent it. And again, it's not reflective of the vast majority of people in this community who suffer through this image thing that has, I mean, really some prolonged impact on our ability to attract business, maintain positive citizens in this community.
But nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. Today was a good day. Drunk as hell, but no throwing up. Halfway home, and my page is still blowing up. Today I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day.
When you have Ice Cube executing a very well thought out lyric with excellent production, it rises above the genre. When you have some kid who's got minimal skills and just wants to tell a gory story over a really whack beat, you have a crappy record. So I think for the most part, most gangster rap records are not artistically justified. I think they just exist as a way to make money. In the same way that so many Hollywood action movies exist in the same way. A good gangster rap record is like a good action movie. It's pulp.
Of the sea, back to the block, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Funky gets up the dock. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve my cane. Follow me, but you bet not slip, cause 9 trips ain't the years there for me to blizz out my grip. So I ain't holding nothing back, and once again I got 5 on the 20 sack. It's like that, and as a matter of fact, cause I never hesitate to put a fool on his back.
Yeah, so keep out the manuscript. You see that it's a monthly project.
Hold up, what's my name?
We've been opposed to the negative lyrics in some rap music because those lyrics are demeaning to human beings generally, especially to women. They're homophobic, they're sexist, they're racist, and they engender violence. If not engender it, they at least exacerbate it. All of this really is non-redemptive. It's not helpful. It's no social commentary whatsoever.
Death is something that's always on my mind because death comes so sudden to young black males. You know, I don't know anybody that plan to die. You know, I got a line in my record, It's a Good Day, saying I'm out the door, thinking will I live another 24.
Push it up for later as I hit the dough, thinking will I live another 24. I gotta go cause I got me a drop top, and if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop.
So just living another 24 hours is my focus. You can't really plan on what you're gonna do next month or this month. Just getting through the day, making sure you stay out of people's way who are fools who will take your life. So, you know, that's constantly on my mind.
And I'm troubled. Last week messed around and got a triple-double. Freaking brothers every way like MJ. I can't believe today was a good day.
My half-sister was killed. One of my friends, T-Bone, was killed. Another of my friends, David, was killed. A guy named Bird. You can just count them. A couple of guys from my classes. Countless number of guys from my neighborhood. Didn't live at 24.
I am concerned when so many of our young men and women are being killed by each other. I am concerned when there's so much looting and stealing and mugging in our communities, that people would talk against the police when the police are, in fact, helpful in many instances in helping to curb crime. So there are some borders across which we should not venture, and some of our rappers are just randomly advocating violence, which I think is not helpful.
We have not always conducted ourselves the way we should. I mean, as an occupation, as police officers, as law enforcement officers. And of course, some people again see us as being the very thing that's symbolic of oppressing them and things that they hate, and we're the easiest thing to reach out at.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help your black ass? You goddamn right. But won't you tell everybody what the fuck you gotta say? Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. Searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotics.
The beating of Rodney King by several Los Angeles police officers led to the LA insurrection of 1992, the worst riots America had seen in 25 years.
The LA riot was started by the most famous police brutality case of all time. So I think that rappers articulated a lot of the concerns of the black community, and certainly in LA particularly, the police's relationship to the black community had always been very adversary. There was very little outreach, very little sense of trying to patrol friendly in a friendly sense. There was always a sense that we are controlling an armed camp, and we will use whatever force necessary. That was the philosophy, to keep these black people in check.
It wasn't nothing but frustration and poverty just met at the same spot and blew up. What you expect? It meant that, it meant to me that we wasn't dead. Because, I mean, America handles all her problems violently. All of them. She rarely talked it out. She ready to shoot, send troops. For the citizens of America to do the same thing, what'd you expect? We got hurt, definitely.
Example of scene one. Oh shit. So what the fuck you pulled me over for? Cause I feel like it.
Right after the April 92 riots, our two gangs, Crips and Bloods, got together and decided to cease their hostilities toward each other. In this community, it really had a positive impact because of our number of gang-related crimes, especially involving these two groups, of course, diminished fantastically. Last year, we had a 30% decrease in homicides, for instance.
Listen to the radio, and then you hear a lot of white people talk about how they victims now. They're being discriminated against. And, it's like, it's kind of funny because the things that they've set out are coming back.
Unlike a lot of people, I don't necessarily think that these gangster rap records are the reason that X, Y, and Z exist in the black community or violence exists in America. I think the antecedents of violence in America have more to do with the influx of drugs and guns than have to do with any individual record.
Hip-hop had come full circle. It started in the gangs in New York and ended in the gangs in L.A. But just at that moment, along came a new force in hip-hop from where you least expected. Arrested Development, led by Speech, emerged from a cloud of dirt on a Georgia dust track with some southern fried hip-hop and the funk of redemption.
Our space is the South, our time is now.
Yo, this is Headliner from Arrested Development, and right now you're in the midst of a celebration. Celebration of life, death, and
They represent sort of a younger point of view, which is in opposition to gangster rap, that has more of a, I guess, I don't know, new age flavor to what they do. And also very much interested in Africa.
For people to understand our purpose and our intent when we're doing our hip-hop, our form of hip-hop, you have to understand where we come from as a group. I mean, Arrested Development, we're coming from the South, first of all. Second of all, the whole reason why the group Arrested Development was formed was because of a brand new knowledge of this world of black liberation and learning about our culture as African people. As people well know, coming from the slavery experience here in America, a lot of black people in America didn't know about that culture.
But they tweak the parts of my nate's anatomy. While Lord, your brothers have to drill me. Cause if I start to hit this man, they'll have to kill me. You see?
For the song People Every Day, it wasn't a conscious decision to link with Sly. It was just more so, it was a jam, and I always liked his stuff, and I always wanted to just use that on everyday people. To me, that was like a saying that was so relative to what I am as a brother, We came from a background and a learning that African women and black women were those of the backbones of our society. We came from that type of background. We came from the background of black women raising up our entire race. If it wasn't for those same black women that many call bitch and hoe, I dare say our race of people wouldn't be here right now. So we have to give the props where props is due, and that's where we come from.
My grandma passed, my brother's gone. I never at once felt so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. But Lord, I ask you to be my guiding force and truth. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to dinner too. Take me to another land. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the things. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another land. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the things. Let me understand your plan. Lord,
it was only two of my grandmothers ago. My great-grandmother was a slave. So that's not something in some way back in the day history. It's something that's very relevant, especially when you get down here, you see it. I imagine every single tree that I see out here, I imagine someone could be hanging from it. The picture is that vivid to me.
bananas. At the end of our Tennessee video, it was a picture of two men that were hung from a tree. And I wanted to do that because I wanted people to understand just where we're coming from here in America. What type of past did we come from? Why are we these beasts that we are today? Why are we this animal that we are today? Why are some people so angry? Well, that's maybe why, you know. I come from a DJ background. Well, I used to DJ ever since I was 13. So I was DJing for like 7 years. And my pops owned this club. He was running this club. It was a disco. They weren't called clubs back then. And at this disco, you know, I can imagine, I can remember seeing people dancing all night long, you know. And it's almost like as if it's slow motion, dancing and drinking. And I could see people trying to escape woes. Sampling to me is like taking a photo. You know, I think taking a photo is spiritual too. You know how like in the vampire movies they have, if you take a picture of Dracula, it doesn't show up, right? Because it's supposed to be evil or something. So I think sampling is the same thing. When you scoop up a sample from somebody, you're scooping up whoever that artist was, you're scooping up his or her feelings at that time. You're scooping up a section of their feelings. You're scooping up a section of their sadness, of their happiness, of their angriness, of all of that. You know, everything has a spirit. Every noise has a spirit.
There are foolish things, and there are favorite things. Sometimes the foolish things are very favorite, and sometimes the favorite things are very foolish. So these are some foolish and favorite things.
The DJing techniques invented in the 1970s by kids in the Bronx have spread throughout the world, and hip-hop is still pushing back the boundaries of what is possible in music. The United Future Organization are an avant-garde trio of DJs, one French, two Japanese, and they are experimenting with jazz hip-hop fusion.
Il est vrai que avec ce qui s'est passé avec le hip-hop, ça a donné la possibilité au DJ de devenir un artiste probablement, de devenir producteur, de produire lui-même sans en étant même peut-être même pas musicien.
Depuis bientôt un mois et demi, elle s'est installée dans ma vie. Il n'y a plus de place dans mes nuits. Pour le sommeil et pour l'ennui. Elle s'endort sur mon épaule. J'ai dans les yeux ses boucles folles. Ça me fait un peu doucher. Et j'aime penser beaux cheveux.
Mais on a essayé surtout, et ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est d'être international, dès le départ. Et ça a ouvert une porte au niveau, je ne dis pas qu'on a été les premiers à le faire, mais ça a ouvert une porte dans le business, ou chez les DJ, ou chez les artistes.
From its roots in the Bronx, hip-hop has become a global movement, and rappers are rocking the mic from Tokyo to London.
Being black living in Britain ain't easy, you know, and people have to hear what we got to say because our experience breeds a particular type of individual, you know, that the world don't know about because they've never heard us. They've never been able to sit down with us and listen to us. They have to hear us. This is what I think.
So lyrical bantam, they ask where you come from. I say East London, they get soup like one ton. If you test me, I suggest you best be watching your swatch. Feel the Bigfoot from MC Sasquatch. Watch as I clutch the mic with a firm grip. Whoops, it slipped, but I still managed to ride it and slide it back. So mashing up the bad beats, mashing up the set with the freaky deaky speech on the better metaphor. You just forget the law when I hunt the skunk. Man, I think I better score than I'm red. Yes, I guess the necessity stress the best, I confess. You got a problem with that? Nah, mate, I still be kicking it. Zulu flipping it, ripping up the big wigs. Send around a man, it's Jack. Looking like a ship on crack.
How has hip-hop changed the world? hip-hop has changed the world by infiltrating into white society as being something that gives a view and a look into the sentiments of black people, the feelings of black people, and the lifestyles of black people. And whereas before it was kept away, now it can't be kept away. It's sort of like soaked in. And to me, communication and the truth can always bring people together. But, you know, people fear what they don't know anything about. And once they start to discover that, you know, we're people too, that's how it's changed the world.
Laba laba be the girl. If she stink, and I'm reeling, like a feeling. Man, I'll clutch you with a jack, then the cricket back. So what you wanna, Mr. Mello? Why you talk like that? Me no know. Article chest expand with the foot spread, neck back is close to rotted, and they say that's the boom. That means the thing got that tall. What do you talk them things? I must be bloody mental. Give me the mic and I was smite barbarian, infidel, pagan, Amorite, and I watch you running like a monkey on speed. Boy. Black or white, we are gonna give you what you need. On the plow road, Banton, article, bona fide from long time gone. Off neck, we are gonna give you what you need, and hey, soft boy, we make you strong before we leave. And I tell you, told you, hey, some boy, we are the top of any league like because you know we are for league, Jonesy. Because you know we are for league. Jonesy. Later on, all South Bank show crew, yeah, alright. As we say in London, little more. See? Hey, no, alright.